Hello, welcome back. I'm Lori Williams, and today I want to talk to you about the very simple fact that no one is coming to save you. And this might sound very heavy, and I mean, if you find yourself stuck in victim mentality, it definitely is going to feel very heavy. But the reason that I wanted to make this video is to let you know that your healing is 100% your responsibility. Even as a healer, I don't heal people. What I do is, like my spiritual guidance clients, I teach them how to heal themselves. I give them the steps and the exercises of how to heal themselves. In energy healing, I literally just clear the stagnant energy out of the way of the body so that the body can do what it's naturally meant to do and heal itself. So the reason I say no one is coming to save you is because I see so many people stuck in victim mentality. And I'm not shaming or judging because, you know what, if that's where you are, that's where you are. And I know I've been in victim mentality a few times. I've caught myself there a few times. And I mean, there is definitely some things to be learned there. And I think the biggest lesson to learn when you're in victim mentality is that it's up to you to get yourself out of it. Even for like someone like me, if I was to work with someone that is still in victim mentality, they're not even going to be open-minded enough to see the possibilities, because victim mentality is very much about, oh, woe is me, this stuff has happened to me, my life is crappy, and everything just always falls apart, and there's no hope in victim mentality. There's no optimism in victim mentality. There's, oh, I'm not going to get my hopes up because I'm just going to get disappointed. That's the kind of victim mentality, like the internal voice of victim mentality. Like I said, if you're there and you recognize that you're there, that's a great point. That's a great start. Now the step is to get yourself out of that. So what if I were to tell you that as soon as you can become a little more optimistic, and you can train your mind to see possibilities, then once you take that step out of victim mentality, other things start to come into your awareness. Other things start to make sense. Other things start to open up. And eventually you'll start to see the steps that you need to take in order to heal yourself. Even if it's being drawn to a book or to like someone like myself that can help you to heal. All of those things, I mean, you're being drawn to where you're supposed to be. Right? Like, so if you're not in victim mentality and a friend of yours is like, oh, I got somebody for you to meet and I really want you to meet this person. And then the next thing you know, that person that you meet completely changes your entire existence. That way was made clear to you because you were no longer in victim mentality. Or a friend is like, oh, I got this book. It completely changed my whole outlook on life. And so then you read it and it changes your whole outlook on life. It may even spark a part of you to become awakened that you didn't even know was there. There's nothing, absolutely nothing that will be gained in victim mentality. Nothing at all. There is no growth there. There's no evolution and forward momentum. It's always, oh, woe is me. This happened to me. My life sucks. Blah, blah, blah. And it's just that steady reel of nothing good ever happens to me. Oh, I'm a good person. I don't mind that nothing good ever happens to me. Yeah, like that's all victim stuff. It's what you need to do is to empower yourself to get out of that. To get out of, even if you can go from everything happens to me to, you know what, maybe this has happened for a reason. If you can just get from that point into maybe, that's just possibility. It's not knowing for sure, which is still fine. To get you into like, maybe this has happened for a reason. Maybe I'm supposed to do something with this. Maybe I'm supposed to learn something from this. That is the energy of hope and optimism. Even just switching from the doom and gloom energy into the hope and optimism is a huge step out of victim mentality. And once you're out of that victim mentality, that's when growth can happen. That's when things can evolve. That's when you can evolve. That's when you can actually grow, is when you're in that space. And the reason I always like to say that no one is coming to save you is because the truth of it is you shouldn't want anybody to come and save you. Even if I could heal people, I wouldn't. And the reason is because I want to be the person that teaches people to empower themselves to do the work for themselves. Because I don't want people, I mean, I love my clients and I tell them this all the time. I love you, but I don't want you to be a client forever. My goal is not for us to be attached at the hip for the rest of your life. That's not my goal. My goal is to teach you the things that you need to know in order to empower you to make your life the best that it's ever been and continue to make it the best that it will ever be every single day. Not to constantly be a client. That's what I teach. And that's why I teach it that way, is for 100% solely empowerment purposes. I don't want people to be reliant on me. I don't want to be someone who is like, oh, this just happened in my life. I don't know how to deal with it. I got to call Lori. Like, no, I want to teach you how to be able to handle whatever life is going to throw at you. Whatever comes up, I want you to be able to deal with it in a healthy, very productive way that feels good to you. That's what empowering yourself is. And that's what me empowering you is to teach you the way to do the thing for yourself. So if you are sitting there waiting for some miracle to happen, for maybe somebody's going to pop through the TV and just like smack you around and wake you up. I don't know what you're waiting for. But if you're sitting there waiting for something, stop. Ask yourself, is there a chance that I'm in victim mentality? Even a small chance. You might not be fully in victim mentality. You might just be a little bit. But even if you're just a little bit, you've got to meet yourself where you are. So acknowledge it. Again, no shame, no guilt. Okay, I'm in victim mentality. What can I do to change my outlook? That's it. What can I do to change my outlook? What would feel better to me? Rather than like, oh, my life has always sucked and it's going to continue to suck. Rather than thinking that, what can I think that feels better? Every day is a new day for possibilities. Maybe tomorrow my life won't suck. I mean, even anything, even going from my life always sucks to, well, maybe tomorrow my life won't suck. There's still hope there. There's still possibility. You're still taking that one step out. And if every single day you have to tell yourself, maybe today my life won't suck. Or maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow my life won't suck. If you're going to tell yourself that all the time, eventually you're going to build some momentum to help get yourself out of victim mentality. The truth of it is, though, is us as human beings, we don't do anything without a payoff. So there's a reason that victim mentality is working for you and why you're allowing yourself to be there. And a lot of it is just excuses. That's the truth of it. A lot of it is just the excuses that you have told yourself for long enough that it's now become a belief. A belief is just something that you tell yourself over and over and over again until you believe it. That's all a belief is. Any belief that you currently have can 100% be changed. They're not facts. Your beliefs are not facts. Your beliefs are not truth. I guess they're part of your truth, but they're not actual truth. They're not a universal truth because everybody's beliefs are different. And that's okay. That's what makes us unique. But if you want to help yourself, starting today, the best thing you can do, the first thing you should do is recognize if you're in victim mentality and then start taking the steps to get yourself out of it. There's always hope for a better tomorrow. There's always hope for a better version of you. There's always hope that all the shit that you've gone through in your life wasn't just to keep you stuck in this reel of playing it over and over and over again to a point where it ruins your future and even your present moments. That's not what this life is about. You're supposed to use those things to catapult you into being the best version of you. And I mean, how empowering is it to be able to say, I took all the things that were designed to completely crumble me, mentally, emotionally, physically, as a human being in general. And I took every single one of those things and I created the person that I am today. How empowering is that to say that? I know the answer to that because I've done that. It's pretty damn awesome. No one came to save me. Once I realized no one was coming to save me, I stopped trying to find people outside of myself to save me. That included modern medicine. Although that was just a letdown from day one. But um, they tried for what they know, but it's limited. Once I started to save myself, that's when life started. And it wasn't about my past traumas, just playing them over and over every single day of my life. I'd never go back to that again. Never in a million years would I go back to that again. You want to know what life, what hell on earth feels like? Live that life. And unfortunately, many people are living that. Many people are living hell on earth. And the hell that they're living is being confined to the structures of their own brains, what the brain is telling them, what the ego mind is telling them, the fears that the ego mind is telling them. There's a way out. There's a completely different way of being that feels so much better than the doom and gloom. But first, you got to realize that no one is coming to save you and start taking the steps to save yourself. I hope this video helps to encourage you, to motivate you. Honestly, even if it pisses you off, and that being pissed off helps to light a fire under your butt to get you having some sort of forward momentum, then you're welcome. I don't care how my words are perceived, that gets action. Like I said, even if it pisses you off, that's great. I'm happy for you, and you're welcome. This is something you owe it to yourself. I promise you, if you are in the doom and gloom phase of life, this is not what life is meant to be. You probably can't even imagine right at this moment how incredible life can truly be. And I can sit here and tell you from my experience, from my life, but that's not your life. You get to create your own greatness. You get to create your own magical life and way of living and way of being and way of showing up in this world. And trust me, you're not going to find it in victim mentality. So like I said, I hope this video helps. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, just leave it all behind. That's the way the internet works. Yeah, you can just scroll on by. But if this sparks an interest in you, and you do want to get help to get your first steps going, I do offer free consultations for spiritual guidance. The first one is free, just to get some momentum going, just to get you help, to get you moving in the right direction. But do yourself a favor before you book that free call with me. Get yourself out of victim mentality first. You don't want to waste your first call with me getting you out of victim mentality. And the truth of it is, it's going to be a waste of call because you're not going to be open to seeing the possibilities of who you can be and what your life can be. But if you find that you're not in victim mentality and you're ready to make those forward momentums, those forward steps, by all means, reach out to me and book that first call. There's no obligation to have any calls after that. I'll give you some steps to get you going for where you are. I meet everybody where they are. And after that, if you want to continue on your own, by all means, go ahead. I encourage people to work on it on their own. I encourage people to work with people if that's what they need. Whatever you need, whatever suits you best, that's what you need to do. And that's exactly what I encourage. But I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I'll see you back here next time. Until then, take care. Bye for now.